Yes, well, the first event we're going to see this evening is the women's team sprint. There's going to be 5 teams who are up on the track. 5 different heats, which we're going to guide you through. So Japan are going to ride on their own. Heat 2 then is the Ukraine versus Spain. Next on the track will be France and Russia. We follow that up with Australia and Great Britain up on the track. And the final heat is going to be Germany with the World Olympic champions, and then the Chinese with Jin Gong and Xuan Guo, the silver medalist in 2012. Now let's guide you through what actually happens here on the track. We see the various heats, the 5 different heats. At the end of that, the fastest 2 teams race for gold. The 3rd and 4th teams race for bronze. So this point in the competition is all about the speed. It's about the time over the team sprint. 2 laps of the track, got to get the effort out before the finish. But you've got to make sure that you get the fastest possible time. First heat up on the track then. This is the Japanese squad. The bike goes into the starting gate. That ensures that the lead rider doesn't leave too early. And it's Hiroko Ishii and Keona Maeda, the 2 riders who are going to be up on the track for Japan. No team on the other side of the track to chase. The other 4 heats that we're going to see will have a team in the home straight and a team in the back straight, trying to set the fastest time and race off for that all-important gold medal. Current Olympic and world champions are Germany, Christina Vogel and Miriam Velter. And we're counting down now, as you can see, to the start of this team sprint. Now, we saw a few things happen in London in the Olympic Games. The change is all important. Japan about to start. Here we go then. Got to get the power right through the pedals at the beginning as these riders lead off. So it's Maeda who's at the front. To get right in the slipstream, close on the wheel as you possibly can. Let's see the time that Japan set. 1 lap to go now. The opening 250 meters was 20.011. The world record is 32.422. This team are going to be nowhere near that as they race to the finish. The time 35.320, just over 50 kilometers an hour. A very respectable ride for Japan, but don't expect that to be the fastest time that we see during tonight's racing. Here's the replay then. Getting the power down very, very quickly. See the acceleration of the riders. Notice the 2nd place rider dodging a little bit, not holding the line too well. That loses you a little bit of speed. As we went round the top banking, the 2nd place rider just slightly off the wheel, waiting for the front rider to move across and let them through. 35.320 then, the time for all the other squads now to race at. The Chinese squad, who we will see go last in this few heats of riders, are the current world record holders in 32.422. We would normally expect then for the times to get quicker and quicker as this racing continues. This is the Ukrainian squad then in the turquoise, yellow and white kit. It's Elena Tos who is at the front, and Tetiana Klimchenko who represent the Ukrainian team. The Spanish team are in the other straight, and they're getting themselves ready for action. Tania Calvo and Helena Casas are the two riders who take to the boards for Spain. The opening 250 metres then from Japan, 20.011, gives you an indication of the sort of time that you've got to start off with. Bearing in mind the world record's 32.422, you will understand how quick that opening 250 metres needs to be to get anywhere close to the world record, bearing in mind that that time of Japan was just under 3 seconds slower than the world record. The Ukrainian riders getting focused as the Spaniards just get the pedals in the right position. Inside the final 20 seconds before these two teams get underway. Left-hand side then, the Ukrainian squad. The right-hand side, the Spanish team. 35.320 to beat. Full start then for one of the teams. A double firing of the gun signifying to bring the riders back to the starting gate. At the beginning of the programme, we talked about the commissars, who are the judges in the centre of the track, a lot of them. They all have different roles and responsibilities. Ultimately, the president will make the final decision on anything that is controversial. Just looking here to see what happened. It was the Ukrainians who full started. And it looks here like the commissars are going to give the Ukrainians another start. The coach going in to just keep the focus, make sure that they don't lose the attention and focus that they had on that start there. Bike back into the starting blocks, and then they will get set and get underway again. Again, the Ukrainian team, Tetiana Klimchenko and Elena Tos. On the other side of the track, Tania Calvo and Helena Casas. Spanish team tend to change their kit for every World Championships. This one's a little bit more consistent. The Ukrainians we always see in this turquoise, white and yellow. You'll notice the different styles of hats that these riders are wearing. All about getting the maximum aerodynamic advantage that you can get. Inside the final 10 seconds, counting down to the start. Both teams safely underway that time, but the Ukrainians had a little bit of a problem with the second place rider, really struggling to get on the wheel, but this is the Spaniards are looking good. The opening 250 metres, very, very important. Spain go through there with the fastest time so far of 19.324. Who's going to get this one? This is looking very, very close. Have the Ukrainians got it back? The Spaniards hit it. 34.086. Fastest time for Spain. with a very, very good time. 52.807 is the time. Is the kilometres an hour, 34.086. Just under 53 kilometres an hour for that Spanish squad. Spain go top of the leaderboard then. Here's the replay. The power goes on. The Ukrainian team had some problems straight away. They were off the wheel, the second place rider. There's the standings then. 34.086 for Spain. Japan 35.320. Ukraine with 36.355. The next two teams up on the track then. This should be an interesting tussle, bearing in mind we are going for times though. The French team up onto the track. French team have got Sandy Claire, the silver medalist in the World Championship 500 metre time trial in 2011. She wears number 159. Her teammate is Virginie Queff. Sandy Claire then a very strong time trialist over 2 laps of the track. Fastest time then, Spain with an opening 250 metres of 19.324, finishing time of 34.086. The Russian squad on the other side of the track, Elena Brezheva and Anastasia Voinova. The Russians seem to be losing the wheel a little bit, but it's very, very close between those two teams. Russia with 19.195, just ahead of the French squad, 19.237. Hitting the line now. France take it, 33.866. The Russians second, 33.901. And those two teams are the fastest two teams so far. Here's the replay then of these squads. The French team starting a little bit slower than the Russian squad, just losing around about 0.42 of a second as they went off the starting blocks, but their second 250 metres was exemplary. Really putting the power on the second 250. So hit the line in first place, 33.866. There's the current standings then in qualification. Remember, we're looking for the 4 fastest teams. France with 33.866. Russia in second with 33.901. And it's Spain and Japan in third and fourth place. Two nations who are always keen to beat each other. Up on the track now is going to be Australia, with the supremely talented Kylie McCulloch, the bronze medalist in the team sprint in London 2012 with Anna Mears, being joined by the 22-year-old Stephanie Morton, the Australian national sprint champion, who is now turned her attention to becoming a teammate of Kylie McCulloch. Anna Mears taking a year off before she really gets back into competition after the Olympic Games. On the other side of the track, the Australian team are facing Great Britain with a changed pairing of Becky James with the youngster, the 19-year-old Vicky Williamson. These two riders for Great Britain looking to try and emulate previous pairings who, of course, have won this title. Out of the starting blocks, the power really going in. Kylie McCulloch, who has swapped from the second place rider to the lead rider for Australia, with her teammate Stephanie Morton, who is really struggling to get on the wheel of McCulloch, who's put the power on big time. 19.150 for Australia, 19.628 for Great Britain. So it's the fastest opening 250 for Australia. Now, can Great Britain come back? Is it going to be a win for Australia? Oh, right on the line. How close was that? Great Britain take it. 33.762, the fastest time so far. Australia with 33.776. A very, very impressive ride by the British pairing, who were way down on the opening 250. In fact, half a second down almost. But Australia didn't quite get that right. Kylie McCulloch just too fast for Stephanie Morton. Here we are then. It was the 19-year-old Williamson who led Becky James. They peel off. James puts the pressure on. She had to pull back half a second on the rider from Australia, but she really did it. Hit the line there, goes fastest. 33.762 for Great Britain. They qualify. Australia will also qualify, but it remains to be seen whether they will both ride for the gold and silver medal or whether they'll go for the bronze. Current standings then, Great Britain with 33.762. Australia 33.776. France are in third. Russia are in fourth. To get inside the top four, you need to beat a time of 33.901. The final heat then between Germany and China. This should be an exciting heat, this one. The Chinese pairing, Jinji Gong and Xuan Guo, bronze medalists in 2012, world record holders with a time of 32.422. The German squad, the Olympic champions, Christina Vogel and Miriam Welter. Time to beat 33.762 by Vicky Williamson and Becky James of Great Britain. Here we are, counting down to the start. Oh, really powerful start from the Chinese riders. Onto the Côte d'Azur, the blue section around the bottom of the track. Really putting in the power now. The second place rider struggling to stay on the wheel. Same for Christina Vogel. She's struggling to stay on the wheel of Miriam Welter. The opening 18.692. That's a stunning ride from China. They're absolutely blitzing the track here. Are they going to get close to this world record time? Hitting the line now. 33.150. Germany take it. Somehow Germany pulled that one back. 33.150. They go quickest. China in second with 33.151. So it will be a repeat of that heat for the final between Germany and China. This is the Germans with Miriam Velter leading off, putting the power on. Vogel almost holding back a little bit there, just trying to get onto the wheel. Christina Vogel, so powerful. The opening 250 from China was a blistering 18.692, but Germany had the consistent performance, 33.150. They win by 0.001 of a second. That's going to be an enticing final, that, for the gold medal between Germany and China. The bronze medal ride-off will be between Australia and Great Britain.